So, they won that time. And Visitor got to experience what Team Rocket goes through for a bit. Chapter 18. Allergy X said you acquired some animal you're allergic to. It happens sometimes. Does that control morphing as an allergy? I have an allergy to what? What was the last animal you acquired, Jake asked. He asked to answer a question. The crocodile. You must be allergic to crocodiles. I wonder if that means like a normal allergy, like she can't eat crocodiles, or if this is just a morphing thing. We're to site the woods beyond Cassie's farm. It's a little area fairly often for privacy. Actually, the morph binders on by Tobias. Well, I need to hunt dinner before it got dark. As we all talked to Tobias way in overhead branch, we're in the edge of a small grassy meadow, a meadow full of mice. Tobias kept his laser vision focused on the tall grass. The ears all glare at me except for Cassie, who was shaking her head. She felt like she made a mistake letting me keep my secret. You saying because I acquired a crocodile lost control my morphing powers? Not all control, just some. It's like when humans suddenly have a violent exhalation through your nostrils shout achoo. Sneezing. You're saying I've been sneezing. Ha! Tobias said. Everybody's wings flew down across the grass just feet above the ground. He flared suddenly, braked as the town's forward, and was saying disappeared from sight. Another mouse bites the dust, Marco commented. Yes, Rachel, I said you've been allergic reaction to crocodile DNA. What I do is there some kind of medicine I can take? No medicine, at least no humans can make, but there is a process, something that happens naturally, at least in animals, called the Harris illness. That sounds poetic, as he said. A literal translation would be something like burping DNA. Now that's poetry, Marco said, laughing. Since we have no mouse, we have a phrase like spitting up or vomiting up. Here it's what we say instead. Even Jake smiled. How does Rachel do it, the process? The offending DNA be expelled from the system. You can't control what happens. You just be careful, especially since crocodile is a dangerous creature. Sounds easy enough. I'm always careful. It is easy. You see, you barely have control of the animal you retain in your own body. You basically have to control the more animal you retain in your own body to create a whole living animal of excess matter floating in Z-space. Elgidax, excuse me? Until it begins, you control some symptoms are being very calm and unemotional. The control morphing into water happened you're upset or emotional. I shrugged. I was mad because I jerked Jeremy McTrader when he was betraying his fans. Not to mention a whole species, yeah. And as soon as something happened in Chapman's office, you were afraid. I mean, not afraid, just nervous afraid. And the first time in your house, what emotion you're feeling then? Nothing. Kind of face blank. What were you doing when it started, Jake asked. I don't remember, I lied. Cassie got an eyebrow at me. Rachel, you're pulling up pictures of Jerry and Jason off the internet. So, that's not something emotional. It was love, Marco crowed, drawing the word out. A deadly, dangerous emotion of puppy love. Rachel's overcome by attraction, by desire, the uncontrollable tiger beat passion. It was only by the fact I tried to grab him and choke him, but he dodged my axe. It turned into a wild animal. Several, actually. She became an alligator of love. It's a crocodile, Jake said, smiling in a most un-Jake-like way. This only rose a fair part here in my skin, bald eagle feathers. I groaned. You see, I said noticing in the beginning of the more passions and emotions self the allergic reaction. You must eliminate the emotions. What if I just eliminate Marco? I growled. It's so perfect, Mar said. Mighty Z has a weakness, human emotion. She's a victim of love. Jake grabbed Marco's arm and squeezed tight. Marco, if you make her mad, she'll morph. She might end up as a grizzly bear. Do you want her mad at you and a grizzly bear? She hesitated. He glanced at me and bit his lip. I get your point, Jake. I think I'll just watch Tobias eat his mouse. I was halfway there by the time I was able to reverse the morph. It took a long time to calm down. Axe, tell Rachel whatever you can do is... Tell Rachel you can't have this Hera thing. Get her prepared. And Rachel, until you're better, keep a very low profile. And then don't go to school. Don't forget the TV show you're going to. Because if he knows around Jeremy Jason, he'll have to make him a controller immediately. Actor boy's seen too much. They're probably infesting him right now. But we have to stop him. We can't speak to him for a share. If we can grab him, keep him locked up somewhere for 3 days so Yerk dies. I know that to stop him we will. Just figure out some other way to get at him. He's probably going to start endorsing sharing that Bendy and Cindy Lou show, and they'll leave town, I argued. It's their last chance, so they'll be on guard. They'll be watching for us. And we'll never get near a stupid yacht again. That show is maybe our last chance. Jake nodded. Could be. We can't pull this off. Maybe we'll just have to forget about it. The good humored smile evaporated. He gave me a cold look. Maybe you should have thought of that, Rachel. You're the one who blew the mission today. You're going to let Visitor know we're on the Jeremy Jason. Next time you'll let the rest of us know you're not in shape to handle a mission. I would have argued, if I could, but everything he was saying was true. I glanced at Cassie. She was looking down at the ground, embarrassed. I accidentally pointed aiming all four of his eyes away like he was watching something fascinating in a far-off distance. I couldn't see Tobias still out in the tall grass, but he must have heard him as he whispered to me, Don't worry about it, Rachel. It's okay. No, it's not, I whispered. Chapter 19. Okay, yes, I'd screwed up, but I was determined to fix it. So, basically, I lied. Next day I told Jake and Cassie what happened, the Harris illness. I told them it had happened in great detail. I went on about how weird it was. I was very convincing, and they fell for it. Of course, I tried to pull Axe. It wouldn't work, because see, I didn't know how to explain what was going to happen during this DNA burping. No one really understood how Axe said when he explained it. Once he started talking about zero space, we kind of glaze over. But if I had to try to trick Axe, he would have asked the one question they would have thought, what'd you do with the extra crocodile? Yeah, not the best idea lying in this case. Anyway, when I saw Jake the next day at school, I told him it was all over. He believed me, and Cassie believed me. When I told her in a hurry to whisper, I think if I tried to look her straight in the face, she would know I was lying. I had no choice. I had to make it to show. One way or another, whatever it took, we had to stop Jeremy Jason from endorsing a share in that show. See, I knew I was okay, because all I do is control my emotions. Stay unemotional, I wouldn't go in uncontrolled force. And I was good at handling my emotion. Except anger, maybe. I had a small problem with anger, but who's gonna make me mad on a stupid TV show? It'd be fine. It'd be fine. Uh-huh. After school, I took a taxi at my dad's hotel. I had the taxi pass by a house. Work crews already there, ripping out the shattered remains of our kitchen and bedroom. They have one of those supersized dumpsters out in front full of plasterboard and 2x4s. Did you hear what happened at that place? Taxi driver asked me. House just fell apart. I tell you, the way they build things nowadays. So I was surprised my dad was already at the hotel waiting for me. About time he said a little frantically. Show was live at 5 o'clock. It's almost 3. Where have you been? School? Oh, yeah. School. Come on, come on. Fortunately, I walked to the studio and avoid traffic just down the street. 5 minutes. I took her hers outfit. She's outfit took a very little time. I only had 3 things showered in a wreck in my bedroom. I called Cassie to tell her to hurry too. She's supposed to meet me at the studio. She was home, which meant she was already waiting for me. That was the plan. Cassie being with me, the others trying to get to the studio and instantly looking more, so we knew jerks being watching the place. There are some other people in the audience, or all of us knew Barry or Cindy Sue themselves might be controllers. Are you nervous? My dad asked. Not really. Nationwide, live broadcasts, millions of people watching coast to coast, and you're not nervous? Well, now I am. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have told her that. But to be fair, better to find out now than actually on the scene, so, yeah. I suppressed my nerves since I couldn't afford to feel anything. I had to get rid of without feeling any extreme emotion. I could do that. We blew past the reception studio, my dad in the lead, looking like Mr. Big Time, me double stepping to keep up. Cassie was waiting in the lobby and got swept up with us. How are you doing? She asked me. Great. Really? Yep. Nervous? No. Excited? No. Scared? Definitely not. She leaned close and whispered, do we have a plan? I mean, what are we doing about Jeremy Jason? I shrugged. We're stopping him. How? We're improvising. Uh-oh. Suddenly a llama came tearing past, his dainty hooves scared crazily on a waxed linoleum. It turned corner was gone. What the? My dad said. Cool, Cassie said. She eyes up the way she just see him. It's a llama. They're really neat animals. You know, 22 people dressed in khaki raced up and shoved past the turned corner after the llama were gone. The 3 of us stood there staring. Another person, one with a clipboard, ran breathlessly. Did you see a llama? I pointed. That way. Hey, what's the deal? My dad asked. Someone shook her head like animal. The world's going to end. Bart Jacobs on a show with his animals. The llama made a run for it. Smart animal. Bart Jacobs, nice time for me. Isn't the guy who takes animals on talk shows? Cassie just look. That's him, alright. I hate seeing wild animals dragged into studios and treated like, well, if there are no more wild animals, the dad interrupted, we should keep moving. He started up again and we had to follow in a step behind us. He saw us in his wake toward the makeup room. The door was open. Wanda with weird hair and black lipstick looked at my dad and gave a little leer. She looked at me and Cassie like she's trying to figure out what to do with our faces. She's the one, my father said, pointing at me. Rachel, meet Ty. My daughter Rachel. She's on the show. The skin is beautiful, but I think we want more body in the hair. She had to make her hand on my hair and just threw it disdainfully. What do you use in your hair? I told her the brand and she sneered. My dad took out the smooth, smart people he knew, and Ty shoved me into a barber shop chair, whipping a sheet over me and began doing things with brushes. I kinda hated being shoved around to that. It made me mad. This hair, she complained. She yanked way too hard. I hated being yanked, so she backed away. What's happening? Your hair is turning gray. I passed her the mirror, saw 2 things. I was horrified by expression on my hair turning gray, shaggy, like a wolf. It was happening. I got madder and I was morphing into a wolf. I shot desperately at Cassie. She accidentally look out in the hallway. It's Kevin Costner and Tom Cruise. She screamed, Where? Where? Dropped a brush and ran for the door. I focused, calm, no emotion. She wasn't helping at all. You lied to me. Again, you didn't do that thing at all. You're still allergic. I'm trying to be calm, Cassie, and trying to demorph. You can't do this while you're this way. I'm doing the show. There's no way I can just creep out. Now look, you're making me upset. The gray hair is going to grow on the back of my arms and hands. I shut my eyes. No anger. No anger. No anger. I didn't see Kevin Costner during Ty suspiciously returned. I'm sure it was him, Cassie said. I'm sorry. Now what's going on with your hair? She said, staring at my bafflingly normal head. Not enough conditioning? But that's not sort of my second emotional jolt. But that's when the cutest boy in the planet walked in the makeup room. Jeremy Jason and Cassie whispered in awestruck tones. No emotion. No emotion. But I noted how massively cute he was up close. They just wanted Cassie to give her a little half hug. Like he probably done to a million fans. So Cassie's knees buckled. She actually wobbled. Hi, I'm Jeremy Jason McCullough. He said, are you in the show too? Yeah, I said, sound like a robot. I'm on my way to the show too. I didn't get up from a chair. I didn't shake his hand because I tell you the truth, even though knowing what he was now, even what kind of person he is, even knowing what inside his head there's lived an evil gray slug, if he hugged me like he had Janice, had Cassie, I would have morphed. I would have morphed big time. Yeah, she would have morphed alright. Chapter 20. Hey, Hey, Jeremy Jason said, giving me his famous squinty skeptical look. Don't I know you from somewhere? I shook my head. No, definitely not. Yeah, you're the girl from the crocodile pit of that kid. You're on the school show today, huh? And that's not all she did. She almost had a house fall on her. I said, Cassie, what are you doing looking having a floss on me? Something to make him think better of me? Like that would impress him? Cassie gave me a helpless, confused, giddy look and shrugged. She gave Sarah J. Jason a slightly weird grin. Of course, to be honest, probably an identical, slightly weird grin. He flashed a smile and he said, look, disaster girl, whatever you are, how about if you and your friends stumble on out here? I need to get made up, and I don't need an audience. I took care of the weird grins. Tyler fiercely and jerked her head to her door. Outside in the hallway, found a llama. It was standing there minding his own business. Disaster girl repeated, excuse me. Stumble on out of here, Cassie said. Both of the llama. You're waiting to get made up and you forget, told the llama. You're not big enough a star. Maybe not, but someday I will be, the llama said. Ah! We both yelped. You think we all people prepare for strangely talking llamas, but it caught us totally by surprise. Marco, I guess? Who else would be this cute? Check out this fur. Check out his little llama smile, my little llama face. What are you doing? Jake's somewhere out there here in a cockroach morph. I accidentally a fly morph. Came that way too. But I saw a llama wandering around. I thought, hey, why not be a bug? Where's the real llama? Don't worry, put him in an empty dressing room. By the way, I saw a schedule. Part chickens and various animals. His cooking yours should go on first. And the wussy wonder here. And finally you, Rachel. Cassie off an eyebrow. Definitely didn't look over at her. I know what she wanted me to do. Fine, I'll tell him, Cass said. Marco, Rachel may have slightly exaggerated. She said she's okay. You better warn Jake. She didn't burp the crock? Nope. I'm fine as long as I don't get upset, I said defensively. You know, Rachel, I'm supposed to be the irresponsible one, Marco said. Cassie's biting her lip thoughtfully. See if Rachel just cancel. We need a backup in case. No matter what happens, can handle people seeing Rachel morph. What can you do if she morphs suddenly? Well, Cassie interrupted. The important thing is there has to be a Rachel. See, I can't believe what I'm thinking until it gives me willies, but Rachel? I think we need a copy of you. Morph Rachel, Margaret thrilled. I'll do it. I'll do it. When pigs fly, I said. Marshall Llama looked to his left. Uh-oh, looks like I'm busted. The two khaki-clad trainers appeared next to the hallway, crept slowly. Marco waits so patiently to call him, slipped a rope around his neck and led him away. See you guys later, call back. Break a leg. Not literally, it's just the way some biz people say to me, good luck. I'm going on TV! I'm going to be on TV! Marco's having a good day. Cassie laid her hand on my arm. What are you doing, I asked. Don't worry, I've never used her more for anything bashes and so on. I started getting dreamy and dirty to acquire my DNA. Don't do it unless you have to. It gives me the willies. I mean, jeez, I shuddered, and then I found my face going to bulge out. Rachel, I'm cool. I'm cool. Took a deep breath, letting go of the grossed up feeling I just had being morphed. The allergic morph stopped my face was normal. Hey, you, the fallen girl, come on. The clipboard woman came rushing past, grabbed my arm, pulling me down the hall. Now listen, because we're desperately late. You go on to the last segment. I'll tell you when to go. You walk across the stage to Barry. He'll shake your hand, and St. Louis shake your hand unless she's in a snit. Then you sit. Don't worry about which camera to look at. Just look at them. They will ask you about the alligator stuff. Crocodile. Tell him your little story. Barry does this. What does hand means speed up? He does this. So his hand means wrap it up because we're done. Got it? Good. Nothing to worry about. She suddenly stopped and stared at Cassie. Who are you? I'm the fallen girl's woman and partner dropping chick. She stared at her. She's my friend, you know, from moral support. Yeah, whatever, come on, our green room can't be used. We had some band to show last week and they trashed the place. She let me across my arm, which made me mad, except I couldn't get mad, or sad, or anything. I was setting off an allergic reaction. Clipboard one playing Cassie went two tall stools. She had a dark corner up against the center block wall covered in wires and cables and switches. Bart Jacobs, the animal guy, was sitting in an identical school. He's smoking a cigarette and talking to one of his animal handlers. Lying a cinder block wall and half a dozen cages filled with animals: a lion cub, baby elephant, python, golden eagle. Under a gloomy corner is seen the familiar Barry and Cindy Sue set, maybe up to look like a living room with accompanying chairs clustered in the center. Facing chairs to cameras, one on each side and one in the middle. Beyond the brilliant light, set was a studio audience I could see. They were in darkness, the lights set blind me from anything else. Then the rush Barry himself came blown past. Hello everyone, looking for a great show today. I hope you're all really up, energy, get energy high. See you out there. 2 seconds later, Cindy Sue was behind a wave of perfume followed by Manny trying to comb her hair as she walked. She flashed a big smile at me, a disdainful look at Bart Jacobs. The young guy leaning close to his stare at his mouth said, she's never forgive me for my little beastie's wedding on her dress. Yeah, I don't imagine she would. Right beyond the lights, I heard a welcoming roar of the audience. I saw my dad standing on our side of the set talking to a clipboard when he saw me and flashed a smile and a wink. I wasn't nervous or scared. No emotion. No emotion. It was the only way. I could do it. I could. They were chatting on stage and Jerry just came blowing past like a small thunderstorm. He looked mad. I heard him mutter to a frank-looking person, what do you mean the green room is closed? You can't keep me staying around. I'm Jeremy Jason McCole. Of course, it's probably not really anymore. He's probably a controller of himself. Right now, the real one is caged in the corner of his mind, watching helplessly as the air controlled his movements. Was he going to occur to the vain little jerk that he'd been tricked? Had he realized yet there was no such thing as partnership with a yerk? The yerk is master and the host is a slave. That's it, a period. When the infestation is voluntary, the host is even weaker, even less able to resist. It made me sick to think about. He asked for it. He let himself get tricked. Still made me sick. Wait a minute. I did feel sick. Oh no, I pleaded silently. Not now. I looked at Cassie. Cassie, I don't think I'm gonna make it. What do you mean? Look, if you're scared, whatever, you just have to control the emotion. It's not that. I feel weird. I feel disturbed. Like something's gonna happen inside me. The morphing? I don't think so. I have that control. I think maybe I'm having the thing. What thing? You know, the Harith Ilnet? Now? Here? Now? Yeah, I nodded. Here. Now. Chapter 21. Oh no, Cassie wailed, but she wailed silently because Bart Jacobs was sitting next to us. He saw an assistant getting ready to go on stage. Barry had already finished telling a funny story. The audience roared laughter. So he was starting to introduce the animal guy. He stood up and straightened his clothes, and assistant came rushing over a leash for Bart to take. On the end of it was a llama. Hi again, Marcus said. We're in showbiz. I always knew I'd make it. I mean, not exactly how I thought I'd make it as a llama. Here he is, Bart Jacobs. Applause. Bart moved out, dragging Rachel along my marker behind him. His assistant started lining up the other animals. Jerry Jason in the dark corner having an angry conversation with someone. Meanwhile, I was falling apart. As I mentioned, the Harith Ilnet Vale is extremely unpleasant. It started away so to nausea, I almost launched my lunch right there. Behind the sixth note came something much worse. Total disorientation, bodies rejecting the DNA, but the croc inside didn't go peacefully. Before it could leave its service inside, I felt the cold, calculating crocodile mind bubbling of my own. I was losing control of my body. At the exact same time, the same body, two complete separate brains, was looking out for the world in my eyes. The croc was nervous, not used to this, didn't know where he was. But crocodiles aren't just brainless killing machines, they're smart killing machines. And the crocodile got past the fact that it was in a place no crocodile should be, got right to the important stuff. It focused on what it needed to do. It needed to eat. It tried to switch its tail, but it didn't have one, so it shook my butt. Rachel, what are you doing? I'm not, I managed to say. The crocodile decided trying to swim. He was going to run after his prey. And he did have legs. Before I could even resist, I was raced across the floor, waving my arms like an Indian, shuffling on a demented lunatic. I raced right at Jeremy Jason McCall. Right now, my massive crocodile jaws open for a quick kill. Except, I didn't have crocodile jaws. Ah! He yells up behind his shoulder. Cassie grabbed me and yanked off him. She's a big fan, Jeremy Jason. She loves you. Get this crazy girl away from me, he cried. I tried to bite Cassie, but Jacob's assistant led Marco off stage and never showed a giant tortoise out into the lights. I killed it there, Marco said. They love me. Hey. I bit Narco on the neck. Fortunately, human teeth aren't exactly very deadly. Cassie dragged me off now a little too late. It's going to be Rachel again, but that wasn't the end of my problems, because even my human mind rose to the surface level, my weight increased. I felt very heavy. I felt the back of my outfit stretch and strain, felt the top of my neck and sleeve. Suddenly, as a hunchback of Notre Dame, something very large was growing my back, and I had a bad feeling I knew what it was. Now I understood what I was talking about. See, I knew the crocodile DNA was going to be expelled. I just didn't realize it'd be a full-grown, 20-foot-long killing machine in the process. What's sad wasn't even the worst of it. The whole thing was making me very upset. I was mad. I was scared. I was mad at how scared I was. I was a whole basket of emotion, and I wasn't rid of my allergy just yet. Chapter 22. Rachel, Cassie asked. I know. We have to get out of here. I know. She grabbed me and quickly sent me off the stage. We rudely went past Jeremy Jason, were cold and horrified, and the loony girl bit him. We brushed past Clipper when we said, hey, stop, you can't leave. She has to blow chunks in, Cassie. I think it's stage right. Down the hall, on the left. By the time Rachel lays her, I was behind Hunchback, like a buffalo. What are we gonna do? Like I know. I have a crocodile coming out back, and I think I didn't hoard my hands. Yes, brown fur was growing. Fur I knew well. Grizzly bear fur. Axe said you have to focus, control it or something. I glared fiercely at Cass. I could no longer speak. I was making more speed change on Grizzly Bear. Not just the feet. My blunt muzzle was protruding. My fingers were going short. My nails were pointing to black hook claws like a disemboweled elk. At the same time, the crocodile was emerging right back. It's literally crawling and squirming out of me. It didn't hurt, but man, it was creepy. Creepy beyond any creepiness. My girl was seeing some creepy things. Oh no, she whispered, her horror staring at whatever was happening in my back. Someone tried to open the bathroom door. Go away, occupied. I have to go, the one's voice fine. Trust me, go somewhere else. Right. Cassie, I cried as soon as I got the thought. Speak to this crocodile. It's not me. You understand? He's a real out-of-control crocodile. Cassie shot desperate answer in the bathroom. It's too small hole in a 20-foot crocodile as there was a grizzly bear. The croc will kill you, Cassie. The crocodile was so heavy it's weighing me down. The bathroom mirror saw a horrendous image of a crocodile snout growing in an emerging area just beyond my own neck. I would have been knocked out of the ground by sheer weight, but he was growing. I was with a grizzly bear, and grizzly bears are strong. I don't have a morph that can be a crocodile. Nothing can fight a crocodile. Then get out. I can't. You're blocking the door with your tail. Get in the stall, quick, the head's almost formed. I saw it reflected in the mirrors, an image from nightmares of a madwoman. It's insane. Two heads to me growing out of the same body, grizzly bear and crocodile. The croc snapped his jaws trying to get them out. Rachel, what if the crocodile attacks the bear? I was surprised to hear Cassie thought speak. Cassie, morphing in there? Yes, to what? A squirrel? A squirrel? A squirrel? That's all I could think of! I heard a slurping, sliding sensation on my guts being ripped out from my back, only it wasn't really painful, more extremely nauseating. Then with the weight dropped off me, I heard a series of loud thuds. The Harith Ilnet was complete. I burped the crocodile. It lay split across the tile floor, his big tail wrapped uncomfortably in a corner blocking the door. For me as a grizzly bear stood erect on a big shaggy head brushing an acoustical tile ceiling. I felt the amazing power and massive shoulders with the invincibility of a grizzly bear. Only a lip could take on a grizzly bear except for maybe the huge reptile at my feet. On top of the stall door, I saw a squirrel hungry down the toilet seat, shaking and quaking in squirrel style. The crocodile's eyeing me. I said, I feel terrible dread. You don't know how deadly an animal is till you bend them, and I bend the crocodile. Grizzly bears are powerful, and they can swing their big paws and knock a horse to the ground, but when a grizzly has no weapons used on a crocodile, not even the ripping claws to tear a hole in its scaly armor. And once that crocodile lashes jaws on any part of me, the bear, me, will be ripped apart, piece by piece. The crocodile eyed me coldly and smiled its toothy crocodile smile. And then it lunged. Chapter 23. I saw a flash of teeth and a flash of gray, a bushy tail and tiny hands and brown eyes went walking past. Cassie! The gray squirrel leapt over a tall stall door, flew through the air, landed on the crocodile's ancient dinosaur head, and started scrabbling its big slitted eyes. The croc went nuts, forgetting about me, began to thrash and say attempt to throw off the squirrel. Someone chose that very moment to try and get in the bathroom. I can't find our bathroom, I have to get in. The crocodile thrashed its tail, and I lunged down at the crocodile, shoving a paw the size of a canned ham, and we all hit the bathroom door. The door split from its hinges and out rushed a crocodile with a squirrel on its head and a grizzly bear. No one screamed. I think she found another bathroom after that. I tripped over the crocodile, hit the floor. The crocodile made a flash. I tried to get on all floors, but man, the crocodile's fast. So no time to get up, I only powered my way down the hall by clawing. I had some 6-inch claws on the walls and found myself scooting on my back like some weird controlled grizzly skateboarder. I scooted in terror, ripping the walls apart as I went. The croc scooted after me, snapping at the air just millimeters from my hind legs. Cassie almost been thrown off. She's holding on to Croc's neck with all her strength. She couldn't reach his eyes anymore. And then still scooting, I ran out of the hallway. Once pushed, I scooted my back into the backstage area, trailing a huge crocodile and a chittering manic squirrel. People staying around off the set began to notice us. Ah! Help! Help! Run! Suddenly, the crocodile jaws caught my leg, and I bellowed in pain. A llama broke loose in Traitor's hand and ran, rushed with insane courage at the crocodile. It's absolutely nothing Marco would do, but he tried anyway. It didn't take a lot of time for his throw him clear, but he scrambled right back up and came back for more. Get those animals out of here, a couple of ones screamed. They're not my animals, they're not my animals, barked James Jr. and tried to run to hide. I don't know where they came from. The croc started thrashing, grinding the bones of my leg. I was literally trying to tear my leg off, and it hurt a lot. I roared. Oh no, the show will be ruined. Should we go to commercial? Who cares? Run! Chapter 24. Maybe it's the sight of the brave but insane charge of the llama. Maybe it's the sight that Cassie is once more scrabbling at the crocodile eyes, but he opened his jaw just an inch. Just enough. I yanked my crushed leg out of his mouth, trying to get far enough away and turn and fight head on, like that would work. Unfortunately, this moved into dragging the entire battle, grizzly bear, squirrel, llama, and crocodile out into the set. Out where Barry and Cindy show was gaming to try and interview Jeremy Jason McCole. Out where they were starting to say, Barry and Cindy Sue, where Jason Cole started to say, Barry and Cindy Sue, I'm involved in this group, I think it's a really wonderful organization. I think... Out where the brilliant lights illuminate her snarling, snapping, slashing, cheering, roaring ball of fur, claws, tail, scale, and teeth. Barry leapt out of his chair and backed away at amazing speed. Cindy Sue was cool. She kept saying, "Go get Bart Jenkins out here and move his animals." Of course, Bart knew Barry get involved in a fight between crocodile and bear. "They are animals, you silly twit!" he yelled at Cindy Sue. If Jerry Jason was surprised, he didn't run away. He didn't scream. He froze stiff as a statue. Then he moves his eyes and kept growing larger. That's when I noticed an ant emerged, though he kept himself out beyond the range of the camera, stayed carefully there. It was Axe. "What was I going to stop this thing?" Cassie asked me desperately, tried to rake over the croc's eyes. "More than any of us has," I said grimly. Suddenly the crocodile jerked its body and crumbled violence. As a grizzly bear, I never would have believed any was stronger than a grizzly. But when it thrashed, we all knew it. Should Cassie been thrown much further than Marco, I lost sight of just like a squirrel tail flying from like a tail on a kite. And that was not between me and the crocodile. It was only fed by dragging down full-grown wildebeests and impalas in the river. I was bigger than its normal meals, but it had a grudge against me. It had started to chow down and I'd gotten away, and it didn't like that. It can be, and let me tell you, you never, ever want a crocodile looking at you for dinner. Was I scared? Oh yes, if I stood and fought, I'd lose. Period. Okay, that does it, Jake says. We're out of here. Jake, he coughed, he didn't sound happy. Then in my head, I heard Cassie's last voice. "I'm at the light switch, they can turn off the lights. Get ready to run." "What?" "When the lights go down, everyone bail." "I'm ready," Marco said. And that's when fate intervened. Marco was climbing to his llama feet, his hooves displayed suddenly on the wax floor, and he plowed in the back of Jerry Jason's seat. The actor, or maybe the rear, his head was still frozen in horror. He stayed frozen until he fell from a chair and landed directly in front of the crocodile. Yes! Eat him! The audience screamed in renewed horror. Cindy Sue finally broke and ran. Barry yelled ridiculous directions while panicked. "Get a stapler! Get a stapler!" I think what he was trying to say anyway. I was a little distracted. Jerry Jason no longer frozen. "Ah! Save me! Save me! Get off me!" My dim bear vision could have sworn I saw something slimy and gray coming crawling out of his ear. And that's when the lights went out. "Okay, run for it," Cassie cried. Sudden darkness, not pitch black, but too dark for cameras of the audience to see. Total pandemonium. It's one thing to see wild animals up on the set. Total different feelings staying dark and not knowing where these wild animals are going to come rampaging the audience. The entire studio is nothing but screams and animal roars. Above the shrill, horrified scream of Jeremy Jason. "Save me! Save me!" I saw a rush of movement from off stage. Suddenly, it landed like I was leaping for the air. It landed directly in the crocodile's back, and the light tail flashed. Flash, flash. And suddenly, the crocodile let go of Jeremy Jason. Axe, I asked. Yes, he said, sign grim. I knew he had so tougher than I look. I've been alongside before, but nothing impressed me as much as that. That crocodile's a tank. It was unstoppable, and now it was stopped. Where's the Yerk? I asked Axe. I saw him Yerk leave his human a few seconds ago, so I had seen it crawl out of him. The Yerk had panicked. It didn't want to be swallowed up along his host body. It was crawling around a dark stage like a snail without a shell. Everyone okay? Jake asked. Yeah, I answered. Alive, Marker said. Not happy, but alive. Then let's get out of here, Jake yelled. Definitely. I went down to still crocodile head. You know, even dead, it scared the pee out of me. Probably was very close to yelling, screaming, cursing, a circle during Jason McCall. I bailed. I ran for a far side edge of the stage. As I ran, I felt one massive bear paw step on something warm and squishy. Something felt like a slug. I don't think the Yerk made it too far, I said. Chapter 26. We demorphed in the ladies' room, acted the opposite morphed to his human shape, but we had lost Cassie. I'll find her, said, you guys get out of here. I'm supposed to be here, but I can't explain why you're here. I head back to a stead area, still dark, however, Cassie don't know lights was taking a while to fix. There's an awful lot of shouting, a lot of unpleasant language. I turned corner back and plowed into the back of me and staying there, didn't even turn around, staring intently at a person staring just in front of him. They heard a voice saying, yeah, can you believe my luck? The voice seemed strange and familiar at the same time I heard before, but not quite. Then I realized, I fall in a crocodile pit, my house falls down on me, and now this? I raised my tiptoes, looked over my man's shoulder. What I saw was me. Me. Actually, Cassie morphed into me. The man she talked to was one of the show's producers. You're a very unlucky girl. That's why I keep telling people. He keeps saying unlucky, and I keep saying, like, not? He nodded. You know, for Mona's wonder about you, he's left the Sin's trail, but the crocodile's been destroyed, and yet here you are. I flattened myself against the wall. He turned and saw me. He saw me definitely flip. And what if he's a controller? Can I have a chance? Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get me. Cassie said, I was getting out of here. I found my dad. He's here somewhere. Help me if someone, like, you know, get things organized. Cassie pushed past the man. He had turned my face away, not wanting to surprise her. And like the man snapped. My heart stopped. He was testing Cassie. When I see if she'd react. If she recognized the word of Cassie hesitate herself, she'd know. He would know. I shouldn't even have been worried. When he wrapped the word analyze, she had walking out of hesitation. She said, yeah, a light would be helpful too. He made a snoring, dismissive noise and turned away. I fell in a sit behind Cassie. Nice job, sister. Oh, good, you're back, she said. It's a good thing I had a whole weird time controlling this morph. You have trouble being me? What's hard about that? She raised an eyebrow in a way a little much like too much like Cassie, like as it did me. It's this brain of yours. Keep trying to get me to do really dumb things. Now I'm wondering how that works. Like, is there a Cassie in her brain trying to argue with her about what to do? I mean, not Cassie, Rachel in her brain also? Like, it's like, that's kind of freaky. Anyway. Paradise came rushing past us, shoving us apart. When we were alone again, I said, hey, I said we were going to improvise, right? And look how well it turned out. We're all alive. Jeremy Jason probably won't be endorsing anything for a while, let alone sharing. Plus, I stepped on a Yerk. Jake will still kill you. I laughed. Jay asked, if I were Jake, I'd kill me too. Say, I don't suppose you want to stay in my body a while longer. Nope. Coward. Yep. Chapter 27. 2 days later, I sat around watching TV in my hotel room. It was another week until my house was rebuilt. In the meantime, there was room service and cable TV. We lounged around eating pie, the Animorphs, Cassie, Ecology Nut, Animal Girl, Margaret who thought everything was a joke, and our fearless yet modestly or Jake. There was a turbulently pretty boy named Axe, a boy who was actually an ally who wasn't a human when he wasn't a human morph. His entire face covered in pie. He didn't have a mouth in his normal body, so his sense of taste slowly overwhelms him when he morphs human. He is dangerous around food. And staying in the windstill is a fierce red-tailed hawk. Tobias didn't want pie. He watched TV and picked up remnants of pie crusts as familiar theme music started to play. Marco and Vince on lyrics sing along. Entertainment tonight, we're so living light. Entertainment tonight, we got stars, alright. Entertainment tonight, we'll drain you all your thoughts tonight. Yeah. He threw a pile and hit Marco on the back of the head. Shh, man, said, here it comes. The middle announcer said, you remember the story report yesterday of the incredible melee in one broadcasting of Barry and Cindy Sue show. Wild Animals brought on the show by Bart Jacobs broke loose and created a terrible scene in which Jeremy Jason McCall, young star of the television series Powerhouse, is nearly eaten by a crocodile. Today we have an update. He is at the hospital. Doctors say he'll be fine, but an amazing development he says is his interest Jeremy Jason is quitting Powerhouse and leaving the country. McCall's agent refuses to divulge his whereabouts, but sources say he's spot in Uzbekistan, a small Central Asian nation. Uzbekistan. Tobias repeated. I guess as far as he get from the Yerks and the Mia suggested. What if they have crocodiles there, Marco wondered. I'm guessing no. I don't think everyone's getting 1,000 miles of crocodile again. Or a Yerk if he at least can help it, Jake said. Cassie sighed loudly. What is it, Cassie? Jake said. She sighed again. It's just a pity. He really was cute. I agreed. Those dimples. And the hair. And the eyes. And the lips. Axe, Marco said, you should let the crocodile eat him. I ignored Marco as I usually do. He was not the cutest guy ever. That does, Marco said. Marco, change the channel. Put on Baywatch. I reached over and tried to snatch her remote away, but he's too quick and flipped over channels and said, ah, there we go. I was expecting to see red bangs who saw swords and leather boots. Xeno warrior princess. My kind of girl. Marco winked at me. Said, well, okay, I said. This weekend watch. And that's where the story ends. A lot shorter than I thought it was. Maybe I just read faster than usual. Ah, well. I enjoyed reading again and everything. I'll try to do it more often in the future, hopefully. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too.